welcome to today's speed build. I am so excited to finally record this because it is one of my almost favorite houses I ever built, I think, because I built this on a beautiful little lot and I made this very whimsical and beautiful. This is a Japanese inspired kind of, not really a house, it's more like a village. I don't really have any references for this, but I got this beautiful CC pack. Oh, I forgot the creator totally, but I will definitely put the links to everything down below, or at least the name of the creator. And I have these beautiful details that are like very Japanese inspired stuff, and I wanted to use them, and I decided to create this little village kind of situation. It is actually a house, but I have cute details, like I have separated bedrooms and I have this open space in the middle. This was like my main idea for this house, where you can see I have this space in the middle and we will put a bathtub actually there, which is so exciting. I've never done that before. So we have an open space bathtub and we have windows looking into this open space bathtub. The roofing situation was kind of rough, I tell you that. I think the most hardest part about this was basically putting all of the roof trim pieces on, because the CC pack has a lot of roof trim and I want to use it all and make the best out of it. And I also had this beautiful idea to use ponds and make everything kind of very water flowy, and I also used custom fences for this. We had kind of an issue with the foundation because it did not really want to work with the, like, I don't know how you call it, like stilts, like the wooden things. It did not look good with the water, because if you put a pool right next to that, it does not look good because the wall behind it is still there, so you kind of tell that it's not in the pool, because you cannot build these on top of pools. Kind of a hard thing. And also these little things on top of the roof, they were bugging so much I had to delete everything if I wanted to like differently place it, because it immediately was set at a different height than before if I tried to move it. So you can guess that was kind of a struggle, but I had this beautiful idea to make this very traditional. I don't know if it's actually Japanese. I have this, I saw this in, for example, okay, this might sound stupid, but I saw this kind of walls in Genshin Impact in Inazuma, for example, which is a Japanese-inspired home. I know that one for sure. And not home, it's a Japanese-inspired world, sorry. And also I put in this wall kind of reminding me of different K-dramas I watch, which play in ancient Korea and like the Johnson dynasty or whatever. And I think because these kind of areas back in the day, they were very similar because of like Imperial Japan. We had different very big nations over there. I'm not really good at Asian history. I did try to inform myself at some point because I go to a European school and you don't ever get taught anything about Asian, like, you know, Asian history. So all we know is the participation of Japan, for example, in the world wars and stuff like that, but not really that much information. So I try to inform myself by myself, but as you can tell, I'm not really that good at it because I watched ancient dramas, and romance dramas don't really actually look at that much accuracy. I did watch a lot of like East Asian dramas, so this is my inspiration basically. I'm not saying this is an accurate Japanese house or something, but I tried to give it the vibe and I hope you get that kind of. But I really love this style. It's like inside, I think it's like a modern Japandi. Japandi is a mixture of Japanese and Scandinavian, so I really like this, and I wanted to make everything feel kind of like you are walking on a bridge and it's like a big pond, and I really like that point of the garden, even though I should have maybe like built this on a bigger lot because I really wanted to expand the garden so much more. I can imagine myself building something like this on a very big lot in a very different size, like everything a lot bigger, making it really like a palace almost. If you are interested in seeing that, I would really love to build it, because this build was so much fun because I had so much amazing Japanese inspired CC, and for example the Kyoto collection by, oh gosh, I always forget the creators, but I will definitely put them in the description box because these houses are just only possibly because of them, because I don't have Snowy Escape. I think that's the Japanese inspired pack in the game, and I don't have that, so I built here. We do have some cherry blossoms in the area, but so this is like this entrance area, for example. I put a lot of effort into it because this reminds me so much of certain K-dramas I've watched, certain shows I've watched where like they have these traditional houses. They do look a lot like this, and I loved it a lot because of that. And it also reminded me of my teapot in Genshin Impact, because it's one of the places I like to design as well, because my creative design, flow goes into Genshin Impact as well. If you play that game as well, we can have a little discussion in the comments how you make your teapot look cute. I love to make mine kind of in the Inazuma style mostly, but also I like Liyue. Liyue is also a cute design. So this is basically all of East Asia kind of inspired. I don't really want to pinpoint some certain place because I just don't have any references for this building. I do want to mention that this is of course not accurate because I don't want to bash anybody's culture or history. This is only inspired, full credits though, to these old beautiful buildings in East Asia. And I also this is for example the Kyoto kitchen. It is so gorgeous. It reminds me of a ramen bar I went to in London. When I was in London, I went to the Notting Hill bookshop, and my family and I, we went to a ramen bar right almost next door to it, and the ramen was very, very spicy because I chose vegan with tofu and chili, and it was just way too spicy for me, but that's fine. It was still an amazing experience. If you ever never went to a ramen bar, just try it out. It's so amazing. I'm not even the biggest fan of ramen in particular, but I just enjoyed the experience. I also got beautiful CC rugs. They are kind of alpha looking, not really Max's match, but I think they are enough. They are passing, so we can use them. I just wanted beautiful East Asian inspired things, but it is so hard to find them. I had 2 CC packs with only this kind of furniture, but the rest I could not find anything, and I tried to make it really I would imagine this if you had a grandmother living in Asia and you kind of inherited her home, how you would use it, how you would incorporate the old furniture, make it kind of modern and renovate it maybe. So I did of course try to implement this kind of feeling maybe a bit. And I also loved these individual homes. You can see I tried to put in a staircase, which was kind of a weird idea to be honest, because this is a small space, why would I do that? So as you can tell, we are going back and forth decorating the different places. I literally I searched these 2 packs, CC packs I had for this home, back and forth. Only these 2 were my main source, and I just really loved how much detail these have. I think CC really broadens up your game, and I do know that not everybody can download CC, but if you have the chances to try to at least download a little bit, because it makes your game so much cooler. Look at this detail I can put into this home, these little things that make everything appear more realistic, more like it is supposed to be. And I really enjoyed it, and I don't really know what to talk about. Maybe we can talk about the fact that I am currently trying to maintain my English. I can really feel it deteriorating every day because, you must imagine I am currently doing my A-levels, and one of the subjects I chose to do in my A-levels is actually English orally. But I don't have school now because I am supposed to learn for my A-levels, which I am currently doing. But the subjects I chose for the written exams are history class, math and chemistry, because math and chemistry are my advanced courses, and history is one I chose as well. And English is orally, which is later on in the exam course. So I think it's in May, my exams. No, my written exams are in the beginning of May, and the oral exams are actually way later in, I think, July. So you can imagine I have no reason to talk English at all in between this time, and I feel like I am losing my English because when I recorded the voiceover for Marinette's home, I just felt like I could not talk English anymore. And now let's go back to the building, because I have to talk about other stuff than how my English is getting worse every day. So you can see here I decided to make this very airy, very organic kind of looking, with a lot of plants and a lot of wood tones. I really like the dark wood and how it make everything seem so organic and nice and like oldish. And I have a thing for window seats. Every time I have a window, I want to sit next to it basically. So I am searching for a seat where you can like snuggle up next to a window here. And I think it's so funny how I sometimes change the colors of a room, like the whole concept, like I throw it overboard and I just change everything completely in the last second of it or so. And I also try to mix and match CC packs, but you can tell here I'm currently trying out deleting and trying out again, and it doesn't work because the CC, like sometimes it just doesn't feel right next to each other. This is another thing I think Max's stuff usually fits together throughout the different packs, but texture-wise, some CC is quite different, to be honest, so that it really didn't work. And if you put it in secluded spaces, for example, here I put this beautiful art set I found after I watched some CC video on YouTube, as it's like really beautiful made like art stuff. I put it in another space because it made everything seem like it's not like that close to another, because this art set, it was a really different texture, so it did not work with other CC I put it in. I also put in piano, so you have some skill building in this building as well. And here I put in a big office. I imagined this to be like the study of like Lang Wanji or Wei Wuxian, like you know that scene in Without Sushi, or like actually I remember the scene out of The Untamed where like he gives him BL, you know, what kind of books, and he's like shocked to his core. I always think of that scene. I love that room so much. Like, I think this is something if you build, you just look sometimes at rooms and are like stunned by how beautiful they are, and you never forget them. I am not a person who usually looks that closely to rooms in particular, but I really loved that one in particular. It looks so beautiful, like so flowy and gorgeous. And here you can see I put in some more ponds, and these are actually not ponds, they are pools, like actual pools. You could potentially swim in these, even though there is no that. I would not recommend it, only if you want to kill your Sims, which, you know, sometimes we do want to do that, so it's fine. But I tried to put in ponds, but it did not work with the tool. I know what my pond is doing, but ponds apparently don't work. I also put a lot of very beautiful lights in, and now I'm just finishing this up. So I hope you enjoyed this speed build, and I would say see you soon.